You must have gone and asked your parents for money to fulfill your demands. Then you should have already understood the awesome and diverse uses of money. A person holding money can easily exchange it for anything of their need. Everyone accepts money as a form of payment and uses it for their benefit. Today we are going to explore how money came into being. In the early periods when the use of money was not prominent, people had adopted a simple and convenient system where they exchanged goods with other types of goods. This was known as the barter system. For example, let us assume the situation of a village farmer. The farmer grows wheat and needs clothes for his family. He has to go to the market and find a cloth seller who needs wheat. Once he finds such a seller, he would complete the transaction by exchanging wheat and clothes. The barter system requires a double coincidence of wants. Both parties must have the item the other needs for a complete trade. This proves to be very difficult since there is no way to find the people necessary for trade. A cloth seller might not always find what he needs in the market. So the concept of money was introduced in the world. This solved the problem of the barter system. Now, the cloth seller does not need to find a farmer who needs clothes. All he has to do is sell his goods and take an appropriate amount of money. Then he can easily purchase anything in the market. So money can be used to exchange for any goods or services in the market. Hence it acts as a medium of exchange. So modern economy is based on the use of money for any kind of service or trade. Now that we have understood the effort of money and its use, let us talk about what is considered money and what is not. Before the introduction of modern-day currency, grains and cattle were used as money in India. After that, the money was introduced in the form of gold coins. They remained in use for a long time. Then silver and copper coins started being used as currency in many countries. Precious metals were used in those coins. Hence they began to decline over time. New forms of money were introduced. Modern forms of money. Currency. Paper notes and coins are the modern form of currency. Previously we saw that early age used something precious, cattle, gold, silver, as a medium of exchange. But the modern currency has no use of its own. However, the government has declared rupee, notes and coins, as the only medium of exchange. The rupee cannot be refused for trade in India. The Reserve Bank of India issues currency notes on behalf of the central government. As per Indian law, no other individual or organization is allowed to issue currency. The name of Reserve Bank of India is printed on all notes as shown in the picture. We can also see the sign of governor on the notes. So even though the materials used for making notes have no separate value, however, if the note is issued by the government, it becomes a medium of exchange. Bank deposits. The banks become the storehouse of all our money. The people do not need to carry their money all the time. They can deposit their money in banks as deposits. For example, workers who receive their salaries at the end of each month have extra cash. So they deposit it in the bank by opening a bank account under their name. Now you might wonder why people should deposit money in the bank. To answer this, there are two major advantages. First, the banks keep the money safe. So the people can rest assured of their money's safety. Second, the bank pays an amount as interest which directly depends on the amount of money stored in the account. Hence deposits are very commonly used by people because of these advantages. People also have the provision to withdraw their money whenever the need arises. Since the deposits in the bank accounts can be withdrawn on demand, these deposits are called demand deposits. Demand deposits also have an interesting feature. This feature lends it the important characteristics of money, that of a medium of exchange. You must have seen the use of checks instead of cash. A check is a paper instructing the bank to pay a specific amount from the person's account to the person in whose name the check has been issued. So instead of using cash or coins to complete the trade, people can directly issue a check for a specific amount. Let us take an example. A man wants to buy a car. He goes to the showroom and the car dealer tells him the price is 5 lakhs. Now the man has two options. He can give a bag full of notes to the dealer. Or he can write the amount against the dealer's name and give him a check. Because giving cash is more difficult than handing over a check, the man chooses to give a check. The facility of checks against demand deposits makes it possible to directly settle payments without the use of cash. We must understand that both currency and deposits are closely linked to each other for proper working, and the banking system manages the relationship between the two. Conclusion. So now we can understand the need for money and how it has eased our lives. We learned that money helps us trade things easily, from the early barter system to today's coins and paper. Banks take care of our money and give us a safe place to keep it. Some important terms. Barter system. The barter system is a method of exchanging goods and services directly, without using money. In a barter system, people trade items they have for items they need, creating a system of mutual exchange without the involvement of currency. Deposit. A deposit is money you put into a bank account. It can be cash, checks, or electronic transfers. People deposit money to keep it safe, earn interest, or use it for future transactions. Check. A check is a written note telling the bank to pay someone a certain amount of money from your bank account. It's a way to make payments, and you need to have enough money in your account to cover it. We hope that you have understood different forms of money. Now, here's a secret on how you can study effectively with the EduRev app. You can learn with chapter notes, watch video lectures and solve NCERT-based MCQ tests of this chapter on EduRev. And that's not all. You also get amazing courses for Class 10 and much more for your Class 10 preparation. Thank you.